It's summer, the holidays here, so it's time for a fun reaction to AI-related memes. Let's see what we have in place today. Welcome back to Think Design Works Smart. I'm Alex Bolboaca and I'm coming at you from the Mozaic Works studios, and this is meme reaction. These are memes from programmerhumor.io. Anthropic has brought back Fable 5. I asked Claude Fable 5 to refactor a massive code base. 73 minutes, millions of tokens, it finished, nothing worked. But God, it was beautiful. Yeah, there's a big challenge with people trying to run coding assistants on huge code bases without giving more context. You run this risk of spending a lot of money, not getting something useful. So, yeah, you need to work incrementally. But I've seen this meme in various forums, and it's really funny. It's every time I see it, I find it funny. We are back. So asking Fable 5 how to merge a branch back to master. This is funny because it's a very simple operation. You can do this with git merge in command line, or you can use your ID to do the merge. Personally, I prefer the command line. And honestly, asking the most expensive model right now to help with that, at least I ask a lower model like Haiku or Sonnet. Let's see the comment, because when you're so desperate to merge your feature branch that you're literally asking an AI chatbot for help, and naturally the AI responds with a completely unhelpful notification. All right, it says Fable is the most capable model and draws down usage 2 times faster than Opus. The irony here is you're trying to merge code and the AI is basically saying, yeah, but did you know I'm really fast? Classic deflection is like asking your coworker how to fix a production bug and they start bragging about their new mechanical keyboard. Pro tip, just use git merge master or git rebase master. Yeah, that's pretty easy. Millennium Prize winning answer. So Googling PNP problem and AI overview. No problem at all. How can I help you today? Oh, I love the irony. So, there's this domain of algorithms that are polynomial and non-polynomial. This is where P versus NP comes. And there's an old theorem or conjecture, I don't know how you'd call it, because it's not proven, that P equals NP. And it's really funny that Google's AI doesn't know how to do that. So let's see the explanation. Someone just Googled PNP problem. Google's AI cheerfully responded, no problem at all. How can I help you today? Congrats. Google just solved one of the 7 Millennium Prize problem worth $1 million. Yeah, you can win $1 million if you solve this problem. But it's really old right now. PVNP is literally one of the most important unsolved problems in computer science and mathematics. Thousands of researchers have spent decades trying to prove whether every problem solutions can be quickly verified can also be quickly solved. But sure, Google AI says, no problem. Looking for technical co-founder, 0 budget, 100 billion vision. Already. I've seen these kinds of people. I've just had an idea that literally kept me awake until 4 a.m. I genuinely believe it's bigger than Google, Uber, OpenAI, Amazon, and Bitcoin combined. Really. Unfortunately, I can't tell you what it is because of NDAs that don't exist yet. Looking for senior full stack engineer. The idea guy strikes again, the type, zero budget, the world-changing vision that will totally disrupt $5 trillion companies at once, and they can't even tell you what it is because of NDAs that don't exist yet. Turns out AI is great at writing code, but it still can't cure the epidemic of non-technical visionaries who think developers grow on trees and work for exposure. Well, I've seen the other type, the type that builds vibe codes, their own product, and then somebody deletes their database because there was a SQL injection in the code. AI suicide. The reference hasn't been updated properly yet. Let me check if the file has actually been updated. Command executed. Okay, it's a C# project. The reference wasn't added. Let me be more direct. Here's a CSproj file comparison. Okay, comparing. The IDE has logged the CSproj file. I think Visual Studio does this, right? Let me close Visual Studio and edit the file. Do you want to run Taskill in the terminal? So the AI coding assistant has decided the best way to fix a log CSproj file was to force-kill Visual Studio development server with Taskill. It's like solving a paper cut by amputating your arm. Funny. So you should nuke the development environment. That's really fun. Taskill dev.exe. Right. Yeah, they do silly things sometimes, don't they? and they get into a cycle of trying to fix. I've noticed that with Claude Code as well. Sometimes when things don't work, it goes into a cycle of trying to fix, and first it runs some bash commands, then it generates a Python script and runs it, then it tries to kill stuff or run other commands, and it's after a while I realize, oh, what are you doing? You don't have to do any of that. This is stop, I will solve it. It's easy. 15 years ago, NVIDIA, please upgrade your graphics card. Now, NVIDIA, buy it or don't, peasant. NVIDIA really went from begging developers to upgrade their GPUs to sitting on a golden throne watching us fight over scraper bots for a chance to maybe purchase their overpriced cards. Yeah, they had a really good business strategy from their perspective, at least. And yeah, that's where we are. The power dynamic shift is absolutely wild. They used to practically beg you to buy their hardware with polite upgrade suggestions. I've never seen that. But also I'm really good at ignoring notifications, so maybe that's why. And now they're treating customers like peasants who should be grateful for the opportunity to even consider dropping 1500 plus on a GPU. The AI boom like crypto mining turned them from desperate salespeople into GPU royalty. Supply and demand hit different when they're selling shovels during multiple go rushes simultaneously. Yeah, that's precisely what they did. And now actually I've seen a few weeks ago, but I haven't tried it yet. They have a service where you can run open AI models, so that would be interesting to try. Final request, let's see. Bad AI, you made too many paper clips. I'm shutting you for good. AI wants to run. Look at sunset. Sigh, allow once. So the thing with the paper clips, that's an old story. How would I call it? It's a metaphor. So the idea is that AI could do something else than what you're asking for. And I think the paper clips thing is about asking the AI to optimize the production of paper clips. And what it does is basically it destroys the world in order to build as many paper clips as possible. That's the foundational story. Let's see if I remember correctly. Generating too many paperclip instances, right? It's not that. So they missed on the story. That's the basic story. Your token usage is below expectation. You are still thinking with your brain, are you not? And it's from Inglorious Bastards. You're still thinking with your brain. Token maxing is a really silly way of doing AI. Really, you should use AI for what's useful and not attempt to hit any limits. I understand why companies like OpenAI or Anthropic would want this to happen. And I understand why companies like Amazon, who sell infrastructure to OpenAI and Anthropic, would want this to happen. But other than that, it really doesn't make any sense. Use as many tokens as you need, and it's better if you optimize them. The analogy totally makes sense. Makes no sense. My car consumes too much gas. Let's start an offshore oil drilling company. API costs are too high. Let's create our own LLM. Someone tried to make a clever comparison. My car uses too much gas, so I'll start an oil drilling company. Supposedly, like, API costs are too high, so let's build our own LLM. And honestly, the analogy is hilariously broken. Starting an oil company to save on gas is objectively insane. You need billions in capital, years of infrastructure, and still pay more per gallon than just buying premium. But training your own LLM to avoid API fees, that's also insane, but in a way that actually happens in tech. Companies really do look at their $50K per month OpenAI bill and think we could train our own model for cheaper, while conveniently ignoring the GPU cost, data engineering nightmares, and the fact that their models will probably think Paris is in Germany. The AI expert in the comments calling out the flow logic is chef's kiss. Both scenarios are terrible ideas, but only one industry is delusional enough to actually try it. Guess which one? Are organizations really attempting to create their own LLMs? That is wild. How could you do that? It's really expensive to... First, you need to get all the data. You need to get a lot of infrastructure. You need to get experts. You need to do the training, and you need to test the models. I think it's easier to build an offshore oil drilling company, honestly, than that right now. It may become easier in the future, though. New algorithms, maybe optimized trainings, specialized hardware, who knows? It might turn up into a money problem at some point, and not instead of being what it is now, which is an expertise plus money plus infrastructure plus testing. Yeah, a lot of different things. My bad, forgot to butter on my prompts properly. Okay. I have now the complete picture. The changes are in place and verified that they work. I did not make mistakes, which is precisely what you wish for. Look at result. It's the same jumbled garbage verbatim from $90 worth of tokens ago. You spend $90 on API tokens trying to get your AI to write perfect code, being all polite and detailed with your prompts like please and if you could kindly. Really? Okay. The AI confidently announces it's done a flawless job with 0 mistakes. You check the output and it's the exact same unreadable mess it gave you 50 prompts ago. Turns out no amount of prompt engineering or token burning can fix the fundamental issue. Garbage in, garbage out. But hey, at least the AI confident about its failures, which is more than most of us can say about our own code. Well, in my experience, there are situations where the assistants get into this cycle of building bad code and kind of making the same mistakes. But you can fix it if you approach it from another angle. So when something like this happens, clear the context and figure out another way of asking for the same thing, or implement it yourself. You know, there's always an option. Still, times change. 2014, 2026. Okay. And this is Cristiano Ronaldo over time. And we have 2014 GitHub. I think that's Stack Overflow. Vim, AWS, Linux, JavaScript, HTML5. I have no idea what this is. Web3. And I have no idea what this is. Vue. I don't know. And 2026 Codex and Cloud Code. Sublime Text. Right, so back in 2014, you were juggling GitHub, Stack Overflow, Sublime Text, Vim, AWS, Linux, JavaScript, HTML5, and CSS3 like a caffeinated octopus. Fast forward to 2026, and you've been reduced to 2 AI tools doing all the heavy lifting while you just exist. Okay, that's an exaggeration. I mean, if you are in this place, then you probably need to learn some more things. But in reality, even if you use these assistants, it's still really useful to know AWS and Linux and, well, GitHub, not necessarily, or Git. The transformation from energetic multi-tool warrior to tired AI dependent shell is complete. We went from I know 10 technologies to I know how to prompt ChatGPT. No, really. The hairline isn't the only thing that's receded, so has our need to actually remember syntax. I agree with that. But to me, that's a good thing. You don't need to remember syntax, but you need to be able to judge syntax. These are two different things. Bostitch Office Connect Desk Organizer Accessory Tray Wise Text for Desktop Storage. Black. Okay. Is this an ad? Yeah. I stumbled upon an ad. No. Am I able to use other LLMs? Mr. Beast is planning to trap 1,000 vibe coders in a room without Claude. The first person to center a div manually wins 1 million. Okay, so I had no idea who Mr. Beast was until Romanian elections last year, 2 years ago, when a surprise candidate got into the second tour because he was for a few days more popular than Mr. Beast on TikTok. So, you know, definitely no, and with zero cost reported. Definitely nothing weird happening there, right? And that's when I heard first about him, and then I understood what he is doing by watching another YouTuber's report on his visit to Mr. Beast Studios. So now I understand this joke because I didn't before. But it's funny. The first person to center a div manually. That's still a problem, right? Centering a div manually, depending on the context, is not that easy. Maybe it's an MP problem. The dependency is real. We've reached a point where manually centering a div, something that used to be a rite of passage for front-end devs, is now considered an impossible challenge without Claude holding our hand. Honestly, I don't remember how to do it. I remember a few things, but also I haven't done this for a long period of time, but occasionally I needed to center divs, and I know the website I used to look on how to do it. So why would you want to remember this, honestly? It's just a weird behavior of a technology. We don't really need to remember that. We just need to make it happen. How we imagine our life when the work is taken over by machines, right? Sitting in a hammock. What our life looks like when the work is taken over by machines. We shoot tails for man's big strong. What is this? Okay. I don't understand it. The optimistic fantasy, sipping margaritas in a hammock while our AI overlords handle the grind. The brutal reality, sleeping on the sidewalk outside a boarded up storefront because the machines didn't just automate your job, they obliterated the entire industry. Developers keep building increasingly sophisticated automation tools, training ML models, and writing scripts that eliminate manual tasks, all while nervously joking about job security. Turns out when you spend your career teaching computers to do everything better and faster, eventually they get really good at it. The irony is chef's kiss. We're literally automating ourselves into obsolescence while convincing ourselves we'll be the ones relaxing. I'm not that worried. So I think if we get AI that can do everything, what we'll have to decide as societies is what we still want to do ourselves. And some things we'll decide to do ourselves. Look at chess, for example, right? There are machines playing chess, but we don't watch. I mean, if you're interested in chess, I imagine you're not interested in robotic championships because there aren't any. We're still interested in people championships. So, let's see. But I also believe it's very, very far away from this. We have a lot more to do until we get there. So it's probably generations away based on what Grady Butch is saying. Is this really like this? 2015, programmers and AI. Okay. This is one of my favorite movies. 2026, programmers and AI. Back in 2015, programmers were the cool kids showing AI around like a cute sidekick. Look what I made. It can recognize cats. Fast forward to 2026 and AI has basically gone full kaiju mode, throwing us mere mortals while we cower in its shadow. From writing our code to potentially replacing our jobs, the power dynamic has shifted faster than you can say ChatGPT 7. Well, we went from I taught this neural network to play Pong to AI just wrote an entire microservices architecture while I was getting coffee. Yeah, but have you thought on what this might mean? If AI can run microservice architectures, let's assume it can, although I have seen where it fails. But let's say it does. You will probably need higher level systems. And the question is, will those be done by AI or not yet? Because it's too complex. We'll see. Boss wants us to invest into an AI operating system. I guess, bro. Okay, that's too early. Situation right now. Someone just asked an AI chatbot how to upload their app to Wi-Fi. Oh, this is really fun. Why do you keep going way too high? Okay. You want me to click on another ad? I don't want to. When you prove that P equals NP after adding, make no mistakes to the prompt. Yeah, you know, that's one of the problems, that there seems to be a fundamental challenge and limitation of AI because they are, I don't remember, P? I think they are NP, right? Let's see. P equals NP, then make no mistakes. Right, so probably if AI will make no mistakes, that means P equals NP. I'll have to check this out a little bit more, but it's really funny. And let's see a few more. Loop engineering, AI slop, vibe coder, software engineering. Right, loop engineering is a relatively new technique right now, and I'm not yet sure whether it's hype or not. We'll have to see. Linus Torvalds, AI can think like a programmer. Stop vibe coding. Yeah, but to be fair, Linus lives in a very specific world where you need to be extremely precise in the code that you write in order not to break other parts of the kernel, because that will lead to catastrophic failures. So yeah, it is not fit, and especially vibe coding is not fit for such tasks. And it's true that AI can think like a programmer, absolutely. It doesn't think like a programmer. It thinks it doesn't actually. Can we call it thinking, really? It generates the next token based on statistics, roughly, and on some parameters. But if I were working on something similar Linux kernel, yeah, I'll pay a lot of attention to the code. And that's where syntax and programming language and implementation is still extremely valuable. So my guess is, this is why I believe there will be a place for programmers. Only it might go into two different ways. One is low level, very precise stuff, and another one is high level system thinking kind of work. The worst of the worst, that's Copilot. You can ask it anything. Ask it to F off. Growing up hearing Wikipedia isn't a valid source, and then entering a workplace where people say, just ask ChatGPT. Yeah. This was a big change indeed. Senior software developer, Cloud Code expert, Yahoo full-time. Yahoo is seeking a senior software developer with 10 plus years of experience with Cloud Code. And Cloud Code did not appear 10 years ago. It was much more recent. All right, I think that's enough for now. This was fun. So what do you think about this? Do you have any other memes that you'd like to share, or articles or news items that you want us to react to? Let us know in the comments. Thank you kindly for the view, and until next time, remember to think, design, and work smart. See you next Saturday.